now that I live in the castle, I don't actually have to see Murray again. But I still get the hotel key, and I'd love to rub the old crook's nose in it in person. Hello, Murray.
It's always a pleasure to see you, Mr. Gordon.
Mr. Gordon? Huh. So the fact that I'm the last descendant of the famous noble family hasn't escaped you.
Indeed. The whole village is talking of nothing else.
So you will also be aware that not only does the name belong to me, but also the entire Blackmere estate.
My warmest congratulations on your wonderful inheritance. And, naturally, my sincere condolences for the loss of your dear grandmother.
Great-grandmother. And you can keep your dumb pleasantries for your tourists, the last who come and stay with you. In fact, I'm thinking of turning the castle into a hotel. A veritable Gordon's Palace. Everything here you've stolen, even the name. I could sue you for that, Murray. Is that clear? And I think I might just do that.
I admit, Mr. Gordon, we may have had some little differences of opinion. But you won't forget, will you, that I have always helped you. It was I who got you out of jail, and it is also me you have to thank that you didn't freeze to death in the woods. As you were lying there, unconscious, I sent Phil to you and got him to bring you to the hotel. As a man of honor, are you going to repay that with a petty legal dispute?
Your so-called willingness to help is nothing more than a cynical maneuver. Someone has to put a stop to your game once and for all. Don't forget the photos from your cupboard that clearly prove you've been using blackmail to supplement your pocket money. You'd be finished if I made that public.
Mr. Gordon, I appeal to our friendship.
Friendship? You're nothing but a miserable parasite that gorges itself on the blood of its host. I've been your host for too long. Not anymore. I'll make sure you won't find another poor sap you can bleed dry. I'll become your parasite. How long do you think you can hold out against me, you worm? Huh? And I'll look on you as you're destroyed and take delight in your pain. And one day you'll also wake up in a cellar next to dead bodies. If you wake up at all. Have a nice life. I showed him. He who'll take care not to spoil my plans again. How easy it is. Just exert a little pressure, and the whole world buckles before you. To whom could I next teach the meaning of fear? Tom, or maybe the tattooed fellow inmate, or the amusing old wench who always runs away when she sees me. These annoyances must be eliminated right away. I wonder why I haven't asserted myself before. To live by pure hatred.
Holy crap! That doesn't sound like me at all. More like what Victoria said about Mordred when he started to change. He didn't trust anyone and became more and more hostile. Damn. I've really got to pull myself together. I think this is one of the stand-in stones Victoria mentioned. They should point to the entrance, but where and how? maybe the layout of the menhirs is important. I'll note it down on my map. I'll lay a piece of paper on the map and use it to note down all the important information. I'll mark the position of this menhir with a cross. I've now drawn in 3 menhirs. That's the 4th one. Wow, this cleaner is really powerful. It's even removing the marble. That was painted to look like marble. The statue's actually made of, I bet it's some sort of local stone. Granite, maybe. The statue's actually made out of ordinary stone. The marble is only a veneer. I should have thought of that earlier. The statue is made out of the same stone as the other menhirs, and someone, at some point, carved a statue out of it. I have plotted 5 menhirs. I'm still missing one. Yes, of course. They built the castle around a menhir. They probably carved the foundation stone directly out of the menhir when it had to be hidden. I'll mark it on my map. I've marked off all 6 menhirs. We'll see what I can find out with this. A link to the church passes through a site of a menhir. Maybe there's a portal there. I could ask the priest about it. Strange. So a line from the foundation stone through a menhir ends up at the hotel. There's absolutely no way I can imagine a portal being there. Maybe in the vicinity of the hotel. If you draw a line from the foundation stone through the site of the standing stone, you end up right by the academy. And there's one of these portals there. Those Menhir stand-in stone things around the castle are in exactly the same formation as this constellation. But what have those portals got to do with it? And where's the entrance? Anyway, I should check at the ruins to see if there's still an entrance there. Huh. One of the portals was here. It's been buried in the meantime, but there was one here. Perhaps that's what Victoria meant when she said entrance. I'll mark the ruins on my map. Even if I know that there's a portal buried under all this rubble, I'd never get to it. No one would. Unless someone decides to build a subway here. The shed has also been destroyed. Now it's even uninhabitable for Ralph. Half of a huge archway. The academy must have been an impressive building. A silent witness to the destruction. It won't be long until it's gone, too. Hello, Father.
Adrian, welcome to my church.
Miss Antolini, Victoria's nurse, what do you know about her?
She was sent by the diocese. They have very well-trained nursing staff, competent and trustworthy.
You didn't know her personally?
I know the manageress of the diocese, Mrs. Puft. She's the wife of the brother of the mayoress, Mrs. Puft, her sister-in-law.
Yeah, but you've never met Miss Antolini.
I saw her a couple of times when I visited Lady Victoria. Made a nice impression.
I'm the last Gordon. Sounds like the last Mohican. What does that actually mean to me?
My son, you don't have to remain the last one. It's up to you whether it's the end of your lineage or a new start.
So, if I should decide to become a Catholic priest, then it would pretty much be the end.
You can still think about it. Your inheritance isn't just of a spiritual kind, it's also material. There's also the Black Mirror estate to manage. Presumably also the one in Wales. A huge responsibility, but also a huge gift.
And what about your church? It was built by Marcus Gordon, so it must belong to me now, too?
The gift isn't that huge. Marcus Gordon built it, but he was also a loyal son of the church, and always gave everything back that he got from it. Wormhill Church belongs to itself, and, of course, the people here.
Father Frederick, I found a letter here, a very old letter. Please have a good look at it.
But it's from the Vatican. From Pope Innocent III himself. Do you know how valuable this is?
You mean if I auctioned it, I'd get a few bucks for it?
Yes, a few suitcases full. But I didn't mean the material worth. Pope Innocent is regarded as the most important pope of the Middle Ages. He called out the Fourth and Fifth Crusades and formulated the foundations of the pontificate, which is still used today. If this is an original letter from Pope Innocent, then it's a very extraordinary document. A dictum of trust from the Church to your family ancestors. You can be really proud of your family.
Wow, that's the first time I've heard that.
Until now, I always thought it was a rumor. But you've got it here in black and white. Your family has been personally chosen by the Pope to fulfill an important duty.
Sounds more like they were damned by it to me. It's quite obvious that this duty outgrew them pretty quickly.
We're all tested by God, and it's a challenge for every one of us. But only steadfast faith can lead us through the darkness to the light in the end.
Please have a closer look at the letter. It mentions a shade portal.
Yes, that's true. One big one and 5 small ones. But I've never heard about them before.
These 5 small ones probably mark the entrances that lead to the big one. The big one must be the shade portal that's described. Either way, I definitely think that one of the portals could be here under the church.
Under the church? But that's not... But no. That really could be possible. Samuel visited Marcus's grave back then, and what can I say? It collapsed. It's been inaccessible since then. I was very saddened by the incident, but if you think about it, that kind of thing can only collapse.
If there's a cavity underneath, bingo!
But doesn't it say in the letter that the entrances have been sealed, so that no one could ever reach the big portal? And that the Gordons must make sure that it stays that way.
Exactly. And I'm the last Gordon. After me, there's no one else to take care of it. That's why I've got to get rid of this whole thing for good. Thanks for the help.
May the Lord be with you.